All right, so this is the third and final part of cleaning the instrument. So what I've done, and obviously mine can be a little different than yours, is I've turned on the shower in here, and I've unclogged the drain, and just kind of spraying. If you maybe you have a shower head that can be detached, and do it that way, that'd be good. But this is also why I like to use a strainer. So, I've got all my valves and pieces in here, and I can just kind of rinse them off. They've been sitting in a lot of soapy water. Same thing with my horns. One of the things that I would suggest is you do need to make sure that you rinse everything out. Again, this is much more about the deep cleaning than it is about the cosmetic. So what I mean by that is, say, you're looking at this and it's a little, I just dumped the water on the floor. Don't tell my wife, I just dumped water on the floor. Is if you look kind of at the cosmetic, there are still there's some spots in here that are still a little off color and stuff like that. That's not what this is about at this moment. What this is about at this moment is trying to clean out the inside and getting all this gunk out. Now I've got some soap still here. Nukes, if you wanna send some gift certificates my way and drop a sandwich or two at the door, I'd appreciate it. We love the cups. Nukes on 280, if you're watching, I'm right here. So what I'll do is I'm just trying to get some of this soap out so that we can keep rinsing. Now, one of the things that y'all are not going to want to do after you clean, I guarantee it, is what you're going to try to skip. And I didn't really go through my piccolo. None of you are cleaning a piccolo trumpet right now. One of the things that you're going to want to skip is drying. Maybe the most important part of cleaning this instrument right now comes down to the drying of the instrument. Really, one of the worst things you can do for your instrument is leave moisture in it. This is why woodwinds swab. And while we don't have the same pads that they do, to where if we don't take out the moisture, it's not going to necessarily ruin pads. But what it is going to do is it's going to create extra moisture in the instrument. It's going to create extra things. Okay, and once that water starts mixing in with the dust in the air and your spit and oil and all that kind of stuff, you're just asking for more chances for something to gunk up your instrument. So what I'll do is I like to do the big part first. Is I'll take that out because it has the biggest chance of having stuff in it that will stay. So I'm trying to dry it all out as much as possible. You might have to blow some of it out a little bit. So what I'll do is, I'll take Frozen 2 out on Disney Plus. Okay. As I will kind of put it at the end of where my valves ended before I put my valves back in, and kind of blow through there and take a quick look. Okay, now, yes, when you blow through it, you are gonna. I just wiped my towel. Why my face with it? Is you are going to end up putting a little bit more moisture in it when you blow in it because there's moisture in your breath. But it will be less than what would have been left in it if you didn't. Okay, so then you can take just a quick look. This is a fairly easy one to tell. I'm not sure if I can line it up just right or not. But you can see in there, you know, very minimal beads of water in there. Okay, also very cleaned out. All right, that's what you want the inside valve to look like. Some of your valves, you know, your lead pipes and stuff like that, I would wager don't look like that. I would wager they probably look a little bit more like Bart Simpson's head. They got little points and extra stuff and you know, parts of that Taki that you were saving for the next time you breathed in your instrument, or those Crispitos that you just love to eat and blow into your instrument. So making sure that you're kind of blowing some of that out. Okay, blowing through the valves, trying to empty them out as much as possible. So look, like you look in here and you see there's a lot of water still in there. You can see the moisture left in there. That's not good. That's not what I want it to be. Okay, I just wiped my face with this again. I'm gonna get the Olaf virus. What I will do is to help dry it out just a little bit. I might take a Q-tip and just kind of swab inside of it real quick. I might get a little bit extra stuff out of there. What I'm mainly trying to do is trying to get this moisture as much as possible. And it might just be easier just to do it this way. Now, if you have a smaller cloth, a cheesecloth, yes, there is such thing as a cheesecloth, or some kind of swab that maybe came with your instrument, that would be an easy thing. You drop it down there, pull it out the bottom, and it literally, the whole point of that swab is not to clean the instrument as much as it is to dry it out every day. So woodwinds, as you're trying to think about different things to do, remember, swabbing does not actually clean your instrument. Swabbing is just trying to get the moisture out of your instrument so that it doesn't build up. Okay? All right, now, what you do is, so this is pretty dry. All right, you can still see there's a little bit in there. So here's the next thing. The reason I like to do this part first, and I apologize. I start to get a little pollen-y too. So while I'm drying my other pieces, this is where I'll just let this sit and let it air out. Okay, I don't go directly to it and try to put everything back in there as fast as humanly possible, because what my horn needs is it needs a little bit of time to air out. If you've ever noticed, especially when you come back from summer, a lot of times you go back in there, tubas and baritones and mellophones and things like that, is you'll go back into the band room and notice that all the cases are open. That's not because I was lazy and just didn't close the cases like some people. The reason for that is to let it air out over the summer. So you see I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to blow out what I can in these different valves. But by letting it air out over the summer, it gives me a better chance of that moisture, whatever moisture was in the instrument, doesn't sit for 2 months or however long summer might be in that given year. Because if it just sits, then that's when we're going to get our best chance for mold and mildew and things like that from water literally just sitting. Okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry off the rest of these pieces. What I will tell you though, because I'm not going to come back and show you the finished project, I'll take a picture and put it on the gram, okay, and that way you can kind of see the difference between when it started and when I ended. The main thing though is to let everything dry out. And then this is why it's so important to take a picture beforehand, especially as you're taking off all these little pieces and parts, is making sure that you see, okay, this is how I put it back together. Okay, the worst thing you can do is put it back in correctly, jam something in there, bend something to where it doesn't work right. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful. You can sit down and clean your instrument. This is also a great thing to do when you're sick. Oh, I didn't do mouthpieces. Mouthpieces are more or less the same thing. You take that same snake, let the mouthpiece sit. I didn't clean out my mouthpiece. I do clean that out fairly regularly. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Woodwinds, my suggestion to you is search around, I'll try to find some videos as well when you go to look, and see if you can find some people that talk about cleaning. But a lot of times, like with flutes, you got to take it to the store to get a chemical clean, and that gets all the way in there. And I'll be honest with you, every couple of years I send my horn in for a chemical clean as well. It kind of gives it a kind of nukes out everything that it could be that I can't get in just general cleaning. Okay. All right, well, I hope this was helpful. Let's clean out some horns, especially French horns, lots of, okay. Trombones, make sure that you're snaking out not only the slide that you can take off, but the inside of the slide and wiping off the slide as well. That's where all that gunk is going to be, and that's why your slides don't move. Okay, so again, I hope this was helpful. If you've got any questions, you can just put them in the comments. And again, I hope you're staying safe, staying inside, not running around the place, touching people. Okay? All right, I will see y'all. I'm trying to remember what day of the week it is. I don't know. This is must be what rich people feel like. They don't even worry about the weekend. It all feels like the weekend, I guess. All right, so I will talk to y'all later. Have a terrific Thursday and a fabulous Friday. The choice is yours.